Well, on Friday the 13th of March, we were told by management that the job centre would close in November.
What's going to happen to the people who's out of work? Where are they going to go?
Ultimately, it's a no-brainer that we've got 8 to 9% unemployment in Lewisham, and I think it's fair to say it's probably higher in Deptford. The idea of having that number of unemployed people locally and not having a job centre where they have to go all the way over to Forest Hill to have their claims processed is really a ridiculous situation.
They would have to pay up to £2 each way on the bus simply to go and sign on out of £64 a week benefit. Well, obviously members were very concerned about this, and PCS decided to launch a campaign. We launched a petition, an electronic one-on-one on the Prime Minister's website. We immediately got in touch with Joan Ruddock. We left messages for Chris and Ian. Chris was the first to get back to us, and the first positive thing that Chris was able to do was we agreed a statement that would be agreed by all parties across Lewisham Council to say that they supported the PCS's campaign to keep a job centre in Deptford.
Well, after that we raised the issue in the town hall and we got cross-party support for the idea of keeping the job centre in Deptford, and organised a local public meeting at which Ian spoke, and that was really at the point that the campaign took off and we had the wider support of the community.
And I think that meeting was really important because although Chris worked really hard to get the statement supporting the job centre in the town hall, we knew that unless the campaign was taken forward, that the support from the other parties would be relatively just on paper. So we held the public meeting, and it was a really impressive public meeting, particularly with the turnout from both PCS workers and also general public and users of the service. It was one of the bigger public meetings that I've attended, with a real positive and determined attitude that the job centre should stay open.
Like quite a lot of job centres, Job Centre Plus actually rents the building off a private landlord. The landlord had been given planning permission 2 years ago to redevelop the site.
One of the things that came out of the public meeting, along with the determination of the workers and the local community to keep the centre open, was the issue that we raised, that we wouldn't have been in this problem in the first place if the government hadn't sold off all the job centre buildings to the private sector. And we raised a demand that, as well as this centre staying open, that the government should look to take back these into public ownership, so that people could be secure in the fact that a public service will continue to be run in an area where it's needed.
News from management that it was more than likely that we'd stay in the centre. The lease is up, it's November, and we're still working in the centre.